So my tarot cards told me that I should be using my power to spread positivity and give to others. So I thought that today I would give you some genuine tips on how to improve your life. Most of these are pretty obvious, but they're obvious because they're true. So listen up. Sort your shit out. Tip number 1, see your freaking friends. Sitting alone in your room is great sometimes. Trust me, I know I'm an only child, but I feel like as human beings, we need to interact with others. And if your friends are people that don't make you happy when you're around them, that's another issue entirely. Leave your house. See your friends. It'll make you happier. Number 2, be around people who motivate you and who have their shit together. Because if you're around people who are doing nothing with their lives, that's gonna drag you down to their level. Because if you look around you and you're like, okay, they're not doing anything, they're staying at the same level, it's fine if I stay at the same level and don't do anything. Like, it's not. Like, you wanna do stuff with your life. So be around people who are actively going for what they want and who are gonna make you feel like, you know what, I should probably do things with my life too. Getting complacent is never good. It's never good. Like, whenever you see someone being interviewed who's really successful, they get asked the question, when did you know that you've made it? Or when did you know you were successful? And they're always like, that doesn't happen. Because as soon as they reach one goal, they want to do something else. And that's what you should be doing with your life. Just surround yourself with people who make you feel like you want to do things. Not people who make you feel like it's okay to sit around and do absolutely nothing with your life. Because you're going to regret that. I don't know your life, but you're going to regret that. Surround yourself with motivational people and people who are doing good things and people who make you happy, but don't compare yourself to them. Don't make yourself feel bad because other people are doing well, because that's never going to make you happy. The next 2 go hand in hand, and they are downsize and keep your environment clean. Now, by downsizing, I mean just eliminate everything from your life that isn't necessary. I don't mean become a minimalist and only have like a bed, 1 book, and like 2 pairs of jeans, because that sounds shit to me. Like, I'm a very materialistic person. I like having things. But clutter just is so draining. You know how when you wake up and you see that your room is really messy, you're like, screw this, like, I'm gonna go back to sleep because I can't deal with this? Or if you get home after a trip and your house is messy, it's just the worst feeling ever. Why would you want that feeling in your everyday life? Having a clean room, this is something that is a breakthrough for me because I had the messiest room of anybody that I've ever met up until like last year, makes your life so much better. Like, it just clears your mind and it makes it so much easier to focus on the things you actually want to do. Just downsize, get rid of things you don't need, and keep your room clean because it will make you happier. Okay? Just trust me. Just trust me. I've just written sleep, god damn it. Everything is worse when you're tired. Everything is worse when you're tired. There's no way around it. Everything is worse when you're tired. Repeat after me. Everything is worse when you're tired. My anxiety is worse when I'm tired. My grasp on reality is worse when I'm tired. My freaking balance is worse when I'm tired. Everything is worse when you're tired. So just sleep. Everything is better when you've had a good sleep. Leading on from my anxiety video, which, side note, I'm really happy that so many of you found helpful, I thought I would share with you a little 3-step process on how to deal with being stressed out. Now, I personally don't really get stressed out because, like, it takes a lot to get me stressed out about things, anxiety aside. But my ex-boyfriend was the opposite of that. He would get really stressed out about things like exams and like being late for stuff. And so I kind of figured out 3 questions that I would ask him whenever he'd get stressed out that would kind of bring things down to a more manageable level. So, question number 1, what's the worst thing that could reasonably happen in this situation? And reasonably is the key here, because there's always some like ridiculous disaster scenario you can think of. What's the probability of that happening? And then if it does happen, what do we do? And I feel like once you've gone through that, you realize that even if the worst thing does happen, it's still manageable. You're still gonna live. Like, just rationalize. Rationalize. Next tip, make jolly playlists. And that is very self-explanatory. Just make happy playlists, it's not that difficult, yeah? I got very aggressive with you just then, I'm really sorry. Stop giving a fuck what people think. Just don't care. It does not matter at all what anybody thinks of you, apart from the people who are actually important in your life. Do things properly. Like, don't be like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, so I'm gonna do what I want. Like, don't do that. That's really stupid because that is gonna negatively affect your life. But just don't let other people's opinions of you affect how you act in terms of how you carry yourself and how you see yourself. Most of the time, other people could not give less of a shit what you're doing. So just live your life. And don't worry about other people, because other people are too busy worrying about themselves to worry about what you're doing most of the time. This one sounds very simple, but it's really, really important, and that is be aware of the things that make you happy. So if you're having a day where you feel like shit, you know, if I do this, I do that, and I do that, it's gonna make me feel happier. And obviously if you have like literal depression, I'm not saying like read a book and you'll feel better. Like I understand that's not how it works, but if you're just having a normal day where you're like, I feel a bit crap today, know the things that make you happy so you can use them to make you happy. Just like you should know the things that make you sad so that you can avoid them, or so that you can use them when you need to just have a bit of a cathartic cry. But that's not what we're talking about right now. However, if you feel like you need to cry, just cry. That's another bit of life advice, because if you repress your feelings and you don't cry when you want to, you're gonna end up real messed up. So if you feel like you need to cry, probably just have a cry, unless it's like super inappropriate. Put effort into how you look, and that sounds really shallow, and I'm not saying like you have to look amazing all the time to be happy. I'm just saying that psychologically, when you're happy with how you look, you're more confident, you're more outgoing, and you're just gonna carry yourself in a better way. Like if I feel like I look like genuine shit, I'm not gonna have the best day. And if your idea of putting effort into how you look is just brushing your hair and wearing a clean shirt, that's fine. You know, because that's you, you're gonna be happy with that, yeah? So just put effort into it. Read and watch documentaries about things that interest you, because learning is really very fun. Look into things that interest you. It's very basic, but it's also a very easy thing to forget. Just use your time productively, be productive, make things that you wanna make, read things that you wanna read, do things that you want to do, and just feel like you've actually used your time in a constructive way. And you'll be happier, I promise. Document things so that you have tangible evidence of how much good shit you have going on. I had a 365 book, so that was a book that I did a page in every day for a year. Looking back, I'm like, that was fantastic. Or like just write in a diary, or make scrapbooks, or blog, like just do something so that you can look back on it and see like how good your life really is, like to put things into perspective. You can get the same effect from just like putting up photos on your wall, because you look at those photos and you're like, that was a great time, that was fantastic. My penultimate piece of advice is be honest with yourself. If you're not happy in a situation, be honest with yourself and accept that you're not happy in that situation and find a solution. And that doesn't mean that anytime you feel uncomfortable in a situation or anytime something isn't like the most fun in the world, you should escape. But just be honest with yourself, be real with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, who else is gonna be? Am I right? And my last piece of advice is just don't go on Facebook, because you're never gonna see anything that you wanna see on Facebook.